So after this nine principles, basically, if we see that we have a lot of challenges, we always talk about challenging, but I always personally feel that although there are challenges, but we need to always have a positive approach, because challenges are always there. We need to cope up the challenges in any way, because we know that the problem is the lack of data, lack of skill talent pool, difficulty in measuring and reporting the metrics. We know all these problems comes into the picture when we start this such BRSR reporting framework for the organization. But how do we understand these challenges and doing a transition in such a way so that everybody is behaving so responsible in the company, taking the responsibility of each and every materiality issue, each and every nine principles they are considering as an integral part of their business strategy, and coping up with all those challenges using right technologies, doing a lot of design interventions, allocating fund properly, and even the top level people, they are taking right decisions at right time. I think this is just creating a buzz within the organization, and just coping up with all the challenges with the positive, I would say, spirit, which is very very important. Next. So apart from the challenges, I think we can't neglect the benefit, because when you do the BRSR, it is a value creation pathway. So basically, it enhances the transparency. It does you win the stakeholder trust, which is the most important for a business. You need to look into your brand proposition. You need to win the trust of the stakeholder, financial institutions, your consumers, which is very very important. And even you are minimizing your risk, not only climate risk I'm talking about, but the regulatory risk as well. You minimize that risk also when you adopt the BRSR set of framework, because when you minimize the regulatory risk, so that also defines your long term goals in a very I would say efficient manner. So apart from that, data management is a very very important, because without data management you cannot achieve the setting your set goals and targets. So it's very very important to understand whether what kind of data you need and how you collect that data, what kind of procedure you need to collect that data, and that data is a quality data or not. So how you scrutinize that, how do you understand that, how you use your skills and expertise in that. This is what the CSO global V people are doing that particular aspect here. So if you see the community impact and improved ESG performance, this is a complete 360-degree portfolio when a pathway to value creation. If you use this nine principle and complete, I would say, the set of BRSR framework. So you are basically adding a value creation not only for your company but for the nation, for the people, for the community, and for individuals. Next. Next, Meeta. Yeah. So here I will be just giving you some hint about that. There is a BRSR core, which was a subset of BRSR, and it has some key performance indicators and KPIs, which SEBI had introduced as a ESG attributes, and they call it principle of comply or explain. That means either you comply. If you are not complying, then you have to give the reason for that in the disclosure, and then you can just write in the report that if you are not doing it, so why you are not doing this. So complete framework just define that. So mainly I think from the presentation itself you can see that mostly it is about environment and health and well-being and social attributes. So it's about GHG emission, water footprint, energy waste, and if you see the social attributes, it's about the gender diversity, employee well-being, inclusive development, fairness in customers and suppliers. So this is the BRSR code, which is very very important. And 150 companies in just last financial year, if you see, they have started with the BRSR core already, and SEBI has now made a mandate for the 1,000 companies within the 4 years. But the most important thing is the value chain under the BRSR core has been defined as an upstream and downstream partner. So that's the most important to address your scope 3 emissions and how you can influence your, I would say, stakeholders, external stakeholders, your value supply chain. So that's very, very important here. So that's, I think, good move by SEBI, I would say, to influence MSMEs and SMEs. Next. Huh. So here you can see that when the SEBI has mandated that the listed companies must take their ESG disclosure for their value chain. I think this is a game changer, because there are a lot of MSMEs and small scale industry sector in India which need to be influenced, which need to be encouraged about good practices. So I think this is going to be the game changer. This is just a start, but this is going to be really having a bigger, large impact, I would say, macro level. Even let me tell you, the CII, FICI, and then SOCHM, they all have joined hand with the SEBI, and they have already come up with some guidelines to educate, small scale and micro level these industry businesses. This is going to be having very big positive and long term impact in a, I would say, large way. Next. And I would like to tell you just a very new happening that's about the green credits, specifically for the sixth principle. Sixth principle I have explained about, this is specifically about the environment protection. So if you see this credit program, which was launched by SEBI, this is very much in news now in 2024. So here the listed companies and their value chain partners under BRSR core, which I just mentioned in the last slide, they can, go for these green credits. And approved activities, you can say they are carbon credits, water credits, energy efficiency credits, and biodiversity credits. So you can see that overall it's a nature-based solutions also to avail these credits, and you can cut down your carbon emissions by doing some offsets using purchasing green power, or you can use some nature-based solutions also to have these benefits. So basically, overall, I would say that inclusion in BRSR shall incentivize the listed entities and their value chain partners, which is a wonderful initiative by SEBI. And I would like to congratulate SEBI. And this is a good move. And I hope that let's see the positive impact in the future, that how these small scale and MSMEs are going to learn about these good practices and they are going to execute effectively, so that we can map all the resource efficiency and we can see that best BRSR practices in the mainstream of the market.